Alrighty, boys and girls, it ain't been but 2 or 3 weeks, and we're already going back to Jim's to get one of the mowers. This time it's the other mower, not the one with the busted steering, but the one that had the, the good engine, the one that we did the head gasket on. He said it ain't starting and it sounds funny when it does start, so no idea what the hell that means, but we're gonna drag her back in the dark and see what we can do. Catch you then. Alrighty, we got her loaded up again. It's got some sort of issue with the solenoid I've never seen before, and valve cover is also leaking oil, which I noticed when I walked up because it smelled like burning oil. But that's easy enough of a fix. I have the gasket sitting there. I just didn't do it last time because it seemed to seal. So bang that out in 15 minutes, and we'll dive into the solenoid. Let me show you what that sounds like once I get back to the house. Alrighty, well, here she is back on the slab. And I don't know if I can open this. There we go. But as you can see, got a valve cover leak. So, no biggie. Take 15 minutes. Hardest part's just scraping off the schmoo. But let me show you what it's doing. So this is the problem. So generally, solenoid's not supposed to make that noise. Now, I've worked on a fair number of lawnmowers here in the last couple of years, throughout all these trials and tribulations, and I have never heard a lawnmower solenoid make that noise. However, I have heard yonder Jeep out there in the infinite black voids solenoid make that noise when it has a dead battery. Thing is, this is a brand new battery. Jim just put this sucker in like 3-4 months ago, after I had it in the shop. So I think it just has a dead battery. Thing's been sitting a couple months, just out in the elements. So could have just had the battery dissipate, and it could just be one of those solenoids that when it doesn't see enough voltage, it just has an epileptic fit. Don't know, but I'm gonna slap the voltmeter on it and just see what it's doing. Could also potentially have an issue with the stator where it's not charging the battery, but we shall see. Also, Jim clarified, the thing didn't start at all today. He went and got the other mower and cut grass all day. So this was just absolutely no start when he got to it. And then he, just loaded up on the trailer and brought it back. Also, Jim is so nice. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I mentioned I was going to get a set of ramps at some point. Mark my words. And he was like, hey, I got a set of ramps. I can't use them. Take them. Gotta love Jim. But anyway, grab the multimeter and my beer. And see if it just simply needs a charge and whether or not we gotta pull a flywheel or not. Foot here, beer here, voltmeter here, ground go there, positive go there, voltmeter go here, and she's plumb full, so it's a solenoid issue. I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good thing because it means that the stator's fine and that it's charging. It's a bad thing because it means I have to buy a solenoid and dig it out of there. But easy fix. Theoretically, unless it's some sort of interlock that is doing a big sad and making my life hell. I just have to dig in and pull the solenoid out, which I believe is right back in there. That look like a solenoid to you? Looks like a solenoid to me. So looks like just one bolt, and we should be able to fish that sucker out of there. Alrighty, so I just went to take the negative battery terminal off so that, I could get in there and pull the solenoid. I went to take it off and, maybe that's why, it's not starting. Well, Jim was the last guy who did this, so he probably didn't torque the piss out of it because, I over-torque everything, especially stuff that's, on soft, malleable material. So, I'm gonna tighten that up real quick and, we'll see if it touches off. Alrighty, well, that's been thoroughly tightened, and I've just got the throttle set all the way down, and I remembered to put the parking brake on this time, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, so just a loose battery connection. Well, I guess I'll do the valve cover gasket, and send her on back to Jim tomorrow. Great, now I'm wearing my nice pants, now I gotta go put dirty pants on. Ugh, valve covers. So great, I got a free set of truck ramps. All I had to do was tighten a bolt. Awesome. Alrighty, so I've done away with the nice pants, and it's time to bust this valve cover gasket off. I mean, this This episode is it's turning into a filler episode. It's an OVA, if you will. It's you know, it's all tangential to the main story, the main lore of the Jim Mower saga. So you know, this sucker's going to be a Wednesday episode. But anyway, might as well just show you how to do a valve cover gasket while I'm here. Just take spark plug, boot off, just to get it out of your way. It's not necessary. It just, you know, saves you from having to manhandle this thing out of the way later. And it's just 4 10mm bolts. Crack those suckers off of there. Who torqued these things? Alright, so it's easy. If you've never taken one of these suckers off before and it's been schmooed on, then you're going to have to beat it off with a mallet. Just make sure you don't break your head gasket like I did with this one. Well, I mean, it was ready to go. It just, all it needed was a gentle love tap to the valve cover, and it just decided to let loose the head gasket. But that is always a possibility. But this one schmooed on, and I've smacked it off like 3 or 4 times now, so it should just pop off. But I always put a catch pan underneath the exhaust just to, you know, catch the oil that is going to spill out of here. And, you know, otherwise it just goes on top of your exhaust, and it smells like burnt oil and smokes for a while. This one already has oil on top of the exhaust. So I'm not super worried about that. I just sometimes occasionally like to avoid getting oil on the shop floor. Not all the time, though. So you just need a little bit of oil on your shop floor every once in a blue moon, you know. Just to make it look like you actually do work on things. Why am I doing this by hand? All right, and here's the money shot. And, oh good, it already leaked out, so I didn't actually get anything anywhere. So, just need to come around here with first a plastic razor if you got one. If not, just start with a regular metal razor blade. But remember, this is aluminum, so don't go too hog wild. And just scrape off the old gasket material. And then just do the same for this side over here. And then that's the brand new gasket. Just slap that on there. You can schmoo both sides if you really want to. I'm not going to. And this guy will just be back in here at a later date. And if you need to adjust your valves, now's the time to do it. But this one's already been adjusted like 14 times, so I'm not touching it. But let me throw that back on here, and she'll be ready to go back. Alrighty, I ain't the first guy to say it. I sure as hell ain't going to be the last, but fuck scraping gaskets. Also, as they say, do it right the first time because you don't want to have to do the job for a second time. But I always say, just do a half-ass job the first time, and then we have to come back and fix it, gaslight your clients into thinking that you're doing them a favor fixing something else that broke, not that you just didn't fix it the first time. That's a joke. I don't have clients because people don't pay me. Is it still unethical if I only ever get paid in beer and junk? Anyway, ethical quandaries aside, we're just going to throw a new valve cover gasket in there and torque it all back down, and hopefully that should still stay sealed. And then we'll load her on up in the truck, bring back Jim, and that'll be the end of this one. All right. So she was just a skosh low down on the dipstick, so I gave her a little bit more goop. And it's time to send her on her merry way. And I'm going to see if I can get her up on the truck with them truck ramps that Jim just got me, or if I end up with another debilitating back injury this winter. So we shall see. Yeah, I ain't going to be able to do that with these funky controls. And I'm going to try and put it on backwards. So I'll catch you whether, you know, either from the ICU or with a mower in a truck. Or both. Alrighty, so multiple things. The answer to the ramp question is a hard no. Deck does not like going up this steep. Additionally, she's burning oil like a motherfucker. She is just, look at that. That's coming out the exhaust. I'm hoping that's just burn off from what dripped on the exhaust, but I'm a little worried. But it is wafting a fair bit with the engine off, so I'm assuming it's just what's burning off that's soaked down into the muffler. But it's a hard no on the ramp, and I am now stuck up here, and I don't know how to get off of this. So yeah, stand by. And there she is. I let her sit in high idle for about 10 minutes, and all the smoke stopped. I think it was just because I was backing the mower up onto the truck at like a 45-degree angle, and so, you know, all the oil went to, you know, the valve cover gasket, and I think it went back through some of the valve seals. So it was just trying to burn all that off, plus all the oil that was on the exhaust. So after I let it sit there and idle, it just all disappeared almost instantly, and it didn't smoke anymore at all, no matter what I did to it. So I ain't gonna worry about it. And we're gonna get this back to Jim so that it can sit underneath his garage for the next 6 months till he needs to cut grass again. And all right, I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. If you did, consider giving it a like, comment. Tell me your favorite anime OVA. You know, just like how this is a filler OVA episode in the greater Jim Mower saga, I want to know your favorite OVA. I don't have one, but I want you to tell me yours. And if you want to see the rest of this series and my opinions on anime OVAs, you got to subscribe, so smash that big gray button down there. Until next time, I'm out.